to my channel, Do It Your Way or No Way at All. My name is Marie. What I'm doing right now is I'm mixing the epoxy to put on the bottles. The first time I showed you, I did the bottles and I put the water slide on it so they had to dry. Now that they're dried and complete, now I'm mixing the epoxy up, which is a two-part epoxy, A and B. And here's one part and they both go together in that. One part is cloudy and one part is clear. And then I'm going to mix them both in this cup. But safety first, everyone. Put your gloves on. If you need glasses, put them on. And make sure you have good ventilation because you can smell this stuff too. So if you suffer with headaches, it's going to give you a headache. But anyway, we're going to stir for 8 minutes and then we're going to merge the two together. And then I'm going to show you, take you in the other room and show you how we put the epoxy on, well, how I put the epoxy on, okay? And we're going to put the epoxy on and I'll show you my assembly line. So we're almost finished mixing this up. And I'm going to merge the two together, and we're going to merge them together. Okay. Part 1 goes in here. And you ask the question why you don't use the same cup, because you don't use the same cup. Because you don't use the same cup. You have to pour them in separate cups, a whole new clean cup. And then we pour it in here. And then in here, we're going to mix them. There we go. That's right, you can make a mess, so be careful with your messes. Make sure you got a backup for your messes. I'm going to use this stick right here, and then I'm going to mix them together. And this mixture right here will be ready to go on the bottles. So I can't wait to show you the bottles that I have completed so far, and my assembly line. And there's a total of 70 bottles. So like I said, do it your way or no way at all. What works best for you? And this works best for me. Okay, see, this is my assembly line here. These are the bottles right here that needs the epoxy on it. So this epoxy is ready to go on the bottles, and I'm going to show you how to put them on there. Okay, let me set this stick over here, safety first. Okay, see what I've done, I put painter's tape on the bottom of the bottles so they won't stick, and then I just put the epoxy on here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of epoxy, and we're going to apply it on here. Don't go too heavy. The heavier you go, the longer it's going to take to dry. And we're just going to apply it on here, and the epoxy will run down onto the painter's tape. And then we're going to apply this on here, smooth it out, make sure you get all your air bubbles out. All the air bubbles out. Yeah, there we go. Looking good. Looking good. And you got to work fast with this because this has a tendency to harden up. Okay, that's one side is done. Now let me flip it around to my other side. Yeah. And I don't, this is my rotisserie here. People have that rotisserie where they put the bottles on there and the bottles spin for them. Well, I don't do this enough to have that machine, so my hand right now is going to be the rotisserie. Now I'm putting it on the back side of the bottle, the other design. Yep, spread it evenly, and we're going to go back and wipe out the excess. But as you can see, and I can see that the epoxy is draining down on the blue painter's tape, which is good. Okay. Look at that. You can see the shine on that right now coming before this is even completely dry. Let me go back up this way with it. Get it on there. There we go. Look at that. Look how nice and smooth that is. Yeah, get the excess off of here. There we go. Squeeze it in there. Yep. Look how that looks. Nice. Oh yeah. That's looking good. Look at that. And just smooth it all out. Make sure there's no air bubbles. Whoops. Like I said, safety first, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to sit it over here to dry in my assembly line right here. This is my assembly line right here that I have. Down, put them here, let them dry. And here's one that's dry. And look at that. Look at that. Doesn't it look good? This is one that's being set. Oh, and before we do that, then we take the blow dryer. After we do this right here, I almost forgot a step. We do this right here, then we take the blow dryer, make sure it's on. Once again, my hand is here with the rotisserie, because I can't afford those machines. I don't do this enough to do those machines. And we just back and forth. That's all we do. Back and forth for a couple of minutes. Let it heat up, and then we smooth it out again. And then we finish that right there. Then we set it down, put it back in place, let it dry. About 72, I do 72 hours on this to let it dry for 72 hours. After 72 hours of drying, and then we come over here to the final product. These are the bottles complete. Look at that. Nice. Look at that shine. Nice. all complete. And please wear gloves when you're doing this. Yes, look at that. That's nice. So as I say, do it your way or no way at all. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll put out some tips for you. Let these sit for 72 hours. Once they've dried, then you can package them and deliver them to the client. And if you have any questions, you can shout out at me on my Instagram, McNackDack, Facebook page, Design All About Kids, my website, designallaboutkids.com.